All right, everyone, buckle up because we are diving deep today
Deep.
into crypto.
Love it.
And, this isn't just any random Tuesday deep dive, okay?
Yeah.
This one is juicy.
Oh, yeah.
So get this. CZ,
Of Binance fame.
yeah, the founder of Binance,
Yeah.
he's out there saying that presidents all over the world, they're going to be talking crypto by 2025. And I got to say, the more you look at it, the more it kind of seems like he could be right.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Oh,
definitely,
wait, do you think?
it's strategically timed, this prediction. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
Trump just met with the president of El Salvador
Who just bought $1 million worth of Bitcoin.
for their national reserve.
Exactly.
$1 million. I mean, that's not, chump change.
It's not nothing.
No. And then you've got Bitcoin itself. It's up 40% in just the last 2 months.
That's crazy.
So, I mean, this prediction from CZ, it's not just him, throwing darts at a board.
Right.
It's tied to what's actually happening out there in the world.
Totally. And, it's not just like the political bigwigs who are getting in on this.
Yeah.
Like the everyday person is too.
Well, yeah, I mean, have you seen the latest numbers? 43% of people all over the world have already used crypto.
That's insane.
That's wild. Like almost half the planet has already dipped their toes into, the crypto pool.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, and it really shows you how much things are changing in the financial world.
Big time. And, speaking of big names, even though CZ, he stepped down as the CEO of Binance.
Yeah.
His words, they still carry a lot of weight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a guy who's been in the trenches of the crypto world for years.
Right.
He's got the experience. He's got the connections.
Yeah.
So when he makes a prediction like this, it makes you wonder what he might know that we don't.
Right. Like, is there something going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing?
Exactly. Like, are there deals being made, partnerships being formed?
Ooh, conspiracy.
Maybe.
I love it.
We don't know, but it definitely comes to think.
It does.
Yeah.
But, okay, let's, take a step back for a second.
Yeah.
And think about, why? Why are countries even interested in crypto in the first place?
Right. Good question.
Like, what's the big appeal?
Well, I mean, for starters, it's just practical, right? Think about how much easier and cheaper it would be to send money across borders with crypto.
Oh, yeah.
Like, imagine, being able to send remittances instantly
Instead of waiting days.
for a fraction of the cost that you would pay with traditional methods.
And, way cheaper fees, too, right?
Oh, yeah, way cheaper. I mean, compared to something like Western Union,
Oh, yeah.
it's pennies on the dollar. I mean, you're talking about sending money in seconds, not days.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see why that would be appealing.
Especially for countries that have, large diaspora populations who rely on remittances.
Right.
It's a game changer for them.
Totally. But, okay, isn't this whole crypto thing kind of like, the Wild West?
Well, it can be
Unregulated?
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that make governments nervous?
I mean, sure, some governments might be hesitant, but that's actually where one of the big appeals of crypto comes in,
Okay.
decentralization. Unlike traditional financial systems, there's no single entity controlling the network.
So, no central bank.
Exactly, and that can be a really big deal for countries that are wary of, centralized financial power.
Okay, I see that.
They see this as a chance to level the playing field.
Right.
So with crypto, transactions are verified and recorded on this public ledger that's distributed across a ton of different computers.
Interesting.
So no one person or institution has complete control.
So, in a way, it's kind of about, taking back control.
Yeah, you could say that. It's a way for countries to potentially challenge the existing financial order.
That's pretty revolutionary when you think about it.
It is. And on top of that, crypto can act as a hedge against volatile local currencies,
Okay.
especially in countries experiencing high inflation.
Right.
So you can think of Bitcoin like digital gold, basically.
So, a safe haven asset when things are economically uncertain.
Exactly. It's like a life raft in a sea of economic turmoil.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, it kind of captures the feeling of security that crypto can offer in those situations.
Okay, so we've talked about the benefits, but, there's got to be some downsides, right?
Of course, there are always challenges, but I think it's important to remember that these challenges also represent huge opportunities.
Okay.
So, for example, let's talk about infrastructure development.
Okay.
If a country wants to really embrace crypto, they need to have a solid digital infrastructure in place.
It's strong internet access.
Exactly. And that's not something that every country has right now.
Right, yeah.
They also need to make sure that their citizens are, tech savvy, that they understand how to use these technologies safely and responsibly.
It's like a whole digital literacy thing.
Exactly. And that's a huge undertaking, but it also has the potential to really jumpstart economic modernization and technological advancement.
So it's like the challenge itself kind of pushes these countries forward.
Exactly. It forces them to invest in their digital future.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's a silver lining to the challenge, you know?
I like that.
And then there's the whole regulatory landscape.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
It's a big one, and it's tricky. I mean, figuring out how to regulate crypto effectively without stifling innovation.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance, but it's also a huge opportunity.
How so?
Well, if a country can get it right,
Yeah.
if they can create clear, sensible regulations,
Right.
they could become the global leader in the crypto space.
I mean, that would be a huge win.
Huge. It would give them a massive advantage in international trade and finance.
Wow. Yeah, it's like a race to the top then.
Exactly. Every country wants to be the crypto capital of the world.
I love that. Crypto capital.
Yeah, it's a good title, right?
Okay, so we've got infrastructure, regulations, anything else.
Oh, yeah, we can't forget about financial integration.
Right. How do you actually, like, make crypto work with the existing systems?
Exactly. It's not just about, creating a whole new system from scratch.
Right.
You have to figure out how to weave it into what's already there.
Right.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
It's a really delicate balancing act. You don't want to disrupt existing markets or create instability.
But if you can do it right.
If you can do it right,
Yeah.
it could give nations a level of control over their financial destinies that they've never had before.
Like El Salvador, but on a global scale.
Exactly. It's about empowering countries to chart their own financial course.
That's a powerful idea.
It is. And I think that's what's driving a lot of the interest in crypto right now.
Okay, so basically what we're saying is that CZ's prediction,
Yeah.
it's not just some random guess.
No, not at all.
It's based on real trends
Absolutely.
that we're seeing play out right now.
In the real world.
And the potential benefits for countries are huge.
Huge. And while the challenges are real,
Yeah.
they also present some incredible opportunities.
It's all very exciting.
It is. It really is. We're on the cusp of something big here.
We are. And that brings us to something that we want you to think about.
Yes, our listeners.
If your country were to adopt Bitcoin as like a main currency, how do you think that would change your everyday life?
Would you be excited about it?
Would you be worried?
Or a little bit of both?
Yeah. How do you think it would affect your finances?
Your job?
Your ability to, buy groceries or pay your rent?
It's something to really ponder as we watch this whole crypto landscape unfold. It's a brave new world out there.
It is, and it's changing fast.
Buckle up, everybody.
It's going to be a wild ride.
It is.